What is up, everybody? Zoo back here once again in No Man's Sky, and today I'm going to give you a little review and my thoughts on this latest update, Companions. So this video is for people who are just coming back to the game, new players, people who don't really know what this update brought us. So this update, Companions, what this update allows us to now do is find animals on planets like that guy right there if you want him, and you can now go feed them, and after you feed them you can interact, and you see if I wanted I could adopt him as a pet. And once you adopt him as a pet, you now have this pet little thing here, and these are all the different pets you have. So you see I have George there, we got baby Jack, we got Bender, Cobra, Battle Cat, Martha. So you collect pets and you can actually put gear on them and stuff like that. So once you have pets, you can summon whatever pet you want, and there you go. Now you have a little pet you can interact with. Basically, you pet them and you feed them. You could ride them depending on their size, and they respond to emotes. Or they respond to, like, when you point. See, now it's gonna go that way, and it might dig something up for you. Now I'm gonna be totally honest, in all the time I've played, have they gotten me anything incredible? Not really. Like, the best thing, one time one of my pets dug up like some ancient bones that were worth like 1,000,000 units. So I could see them being useful in the early game. You see, Martha just did a scan right there and then went to the bathroom. That's unfortunate, but it happens. Your pets will help you. Now, how much they will help you, I am not positive yet, because I believe you do have to train them still. Just to show you guys. So there's all these different accessories you can put on them. So when you have a pet that is grown up enough, it can lay an egg. Now, this one is actually ready to lay an egg, but in order to get him to lay an egg, I have to bring him to his default climate, which is the planet I found him on. In his case, it's a frozen planet. So if I bring him to a frozen planet, I can get an egg from him, which will allow me to make another similar Diplo dinosaur pet like him. But I can modify it, so I can try and make it more helpful or more big, or change the color. So you can modify the eggs. So see, induce egg, not in native climate. So every 24 hours, I think, an adult pet will lay an egg. But if you see this not in native climate, then you need to look and see what the native climate is, which you could do on this thing here. So you can see native climate is frozen. So I would need to go to a frozen planet to get the egg. Now, what would you do with the egg? I'm going to show you. Okay, and up at the space anomaly, we now have the egg sequencer. So what you do is you put your egg in here. And then you can put different materials and all these different things to change what the new pet will be. So, like, the ones I've noticed that work for me, like, so if I want to increase the height, I would put gold. That increases the height. Personality, to make it more helpful, what I have found is like oxygen or carbon works in here to make the pet actually do more things for you. The coloring, I've been messing around with different ones to see what it does. Like, I think ammonia will give a green color, and gold will give a gold color, maybe. Not positive on that. And the gene splitter, I'm not positive on what this does at all. But I know there's more in-depth videos out there that tell you. This is not an in-depth video. This is just a quick letting you know what this new update brought. So, once again, we now can have pets. And you can keep your pets. You can have up to 6 pets. And you can take their eggs and then modify them in that machine to make an even bigger pet. Like this robot initially wasn't this big, but I've modified him a few times and rehatched them. Now, one thing you should know is this is not a fast process. It takes 24 hours real time for them to be ready to lay the egg. And then once you get the egg, it's another 24 hours to hatch that egg. So I don't have any eggs right now, but it's 24 hours before they can lay an egg if they are grown up enough to be able to lay eggs. And then it's 24 hours before you can hatch that egg. So it's not the fastest process in the world. You can, if you want, you can cheat easily by just moving the time up on if you're playing on console, you just move it up a date, or if you're playing on your PC, you could do that trick too. I'm not doing that because I just want to have fun with it. Now, what do I think about this update? I personally think it's a lot of fun. So far, it's been a lot of fun to find these animals like that you want to keep for pets, and I think it gives a good reason to go exploring. And those of you who know me and know my content, I do a lot of exploring anyway, so this is good for me. Is it good for everybody? I don't know. And are these pets really helpful? So far from what I've seen, absolutely not. Like, they're not helpful in any kind of way that makes a difference, at least in the end game. Maybe if you're really early on in the game, I could see them being helpful, or maybe they get more helpful. But I'm just saying, up to this point, like I said, the best thing I ever got was like some rare bones one of them dug up. But most times that they dig stuff up, you're talking about it brings you back like 81 oxygen, so it's not really helpful. But what this update is fun. It's a lot of fun. It's fun to collect pets. It's fun to interact with them. It's fun to try and make them do things and train them. Yeah, that's about it. And it's really fun to modify them too and see what you can, try and make your perfect pet. Aside from the pets, this update didn't really add anything new. Just a few minor UI tweaks and, I'm sure lots of bug fixes. And there's still been a lot of bugs with this update, but there is another patch coming out soon. So overall, I'm happy with this update. I think Companions is a lot of fun. How long will the fun last? I'm not sure. Are these going to end up kind of like the Exocraft, where pretty much nobody uses them? They're kind of cool when you first get them, but then you quickly realize that they don't have much use and you just forget about them. These could end up like that maybe, or they could end up being, a lot more useful. I just like the idea of having a pet running around with me. I think is fun. That's good enough for me. They don't have to really do anything. It's just cool. But I don't think this is an update for everyone. And I think some people were probably a little bit disappointed with it. But hopefully soon, we're going to get some more. This is just the start of the year, so it's looking like it's going to be a good year for No Man's Sky, I think. So let's see what happens. If you have anything to add, please leave it in the comments. I know I didn't get super detailed into this, but that wasn't really the point of the video. I just kind of wanted to let people know what this update was and what it brought new to the game, and is it fun or not. And my answer is yes, it is fun. But it's nothing super game changing. It seems to me more kind of like novelty, like put something in the game that's cool and fun, but it's not super useful as of yet, but it's still early and we're still learning. I don't think everybody knows everything about how these are supposed to work, and I don't even know if they're working properly. So that's something to consider as well. But anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope it helped you out. If you have anything to add, leave it in the comments below. How do you feel about the Companions update? Were you disappointed with it, or do you like it? Let us know in the comments. Let's talk about it. And yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.